Good morning, Miss Ashley. I hope that you are having a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful time away in Canmore with the girls. Um, let's just get into it. So, totally makes sense where you're coming from, coming out of last week or last weekend's being away, doing all the things, and then trying to come back to routine. That's one of the hardest parts, in my opinion, as well, is hitting the routine reset. Now, what I would encourage you to do is check in with up here. What is the thought process around the reset? Is it I'm exhausted, or that I'm too tired, or that I just want to sleep, or what is it for you? Like, what's holding you back in that position? What's the thought process around it, about the routine reset or the coming back to normal? And so I just want you to check in on that so that I can support you better in that understanding. Because that's normally it's all up here. Like you said, Tuesday, you're like, I would have liked to get my Tuesday workout in before, like in the morning, but I talked myself out of it. So what is that? What is the thought process? What is the conversation that's going on upstairs? And not every day is going to be optimal. Not every day is going to be perfect. Not every day is going to be amazing in that aspect. But I want you to start to understand and break it down for yourself and for me. What is the thinking that's going around the movement in that moment? What was the thought process on Tuesday? What was that conversation? And what was the feelings that came from that conversation? Was it justification? Was it guilt later? Was it embarrassment? Was it shame? Was it fuck it? Was it lack of care? Like, what was it for you that you were like, that felt, not that it felt accessible or okay, because that's I'm not shaming you for that by any means. You're a human being. It's more of us trying to understand what is the conversation going on upstairs and what was the feeling that came from it that resulted later on in the week going, fuck, I wish I would have done that. Right? So in the moment, what is the feelings? Knowing that later on the feelings are probably going to be a little bit different, but I'm curious to know what that felt like and looked like for you. Okay. Upper body, yes. I love that you love that so much, and that your biceps and triceps were feeling it. That's not surprising to me, knowing that you did 21s, which are grueling on the biceps. They're great. They're so great, but they're also so fucking hard. There's something that when I really want to destroy my biceps, I add those puppies in. And then the kickbacks followed by halos. How are you feeling on your shoulders after this week? And I'm curious to know, how are your hips feeling, knowing that we're progressing in your pregnancy? Are they starting to release at all? Are they still feeling really tight? Are they feeling really sore? Is your back feeling sore with your hips? Like, fill me in on that. And I'm curious to know, how did your butt cheeks feel and your hamstrings feel after your leg day this week with all the swings and then all the kickbacks, all those things. So let me know how your booty has been feeling after that. Um, what would have made you happy with your workouts? Trying to getting them all in, of course, before and getting your walk-in on Monday after getting home. And that just happens. So, like, giving yourself that grace of going, okay, you know what, this happened. Now what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do next time? How am I going to impact it differently? Knowing that you're coming back from holidays this week, and maybe I'll send you a message with this, but I'll encourage you to listen to this on your drive. Maybe when you get home or when on your way home, it's how can I get a walk in, or it's how can I walk, how can I stop my drive, my 2.5 hour drive, and go for a 10-minute walk at, like, even the gas station, or going for a walk at a little park, just to break up the drive a little bit too and get your body moving. Just things to think about, right? And ways of, I would have liked to make this happen, but I didn't because I got home late or ran out of time. Justified, understandable. Where could we have snuck that in? And did you get walks in while you were away? Yes? Great. That's movement. And it's now understanding, okay, I'm not going to be a robot. I'm not going to be perfect in the process of this, but I am going to do my very best. And that's it. That's all we can ask of ourselves, right? Okay. Nothing that we learned this week. That's totally fair. Grateful for loyal friends that you don't see very often, but you can pick up where you left off every time. Those are the truest friendships, where you don't have to be in contact every single day or every single week, and that you can just enjoy each other's company when you get to spend time with each other, which is absolutely incredible. Started a podcast but didn't love it. Totally fair. So that's why I gave so many options. And sometimes it's just the episode, right? Like, there's times where I loved Rachel Hollis for a long time, and I still do, but I listened to her podcast like religiously, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then there was the occasional one that I was like, meh, didn't land, didn't like it. Same with Brene Brown. I loved Brene Brown for a long time. And then this is just because I'm not a religious person, but then she would get into more religious conversations, and then I would just, that episode didn't really land with me. right? So totally fair. That's why I gave so many options. Joe Rogan, I'll say, is probably the most interesting, but also the most complicated and longest podcast. So when you're driving, I almost always listen to Joe when I'm driving to Canmore, actually. And Milet is very loud and in your face, but he's so passionate on fire. Trent, Trent is very passionate on fire, but he's a little bit more, he's easier to listen to for sure. And Jay is very calm, present, peaceful. He is a retired monk. So he is very calm in his demeanor and how he communicates. So just different vibes, right? And these are just some small ones to look at. There's like thousands and thousands and thousands of podcasts to sift through. Now it's just picking one that you like. Okay. No difference in your energy. Felt great, which is so good. I'm glad to hear that for you and where you're at, my friend. I'm glad things are going for you right now. And things are going well for you and me right now in our programming. So let me know if anything changes in that. Week 3. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be recycling your workouts. They're going to be coming back in, and we're going to be challenging progressive overload. What that means is reducing the reps, increasing the weight. If you don't have weights to increase, which I know for like your kettlebells, you only have so many weights, right? That we are going to, we're going to change up the timing. So we're going to increase the length of time for like a farmer hold, for example, or a waiter walk, or presses. You're going to do more and stuff like that. So we're going to change progressive overload that way. So you are doing the same exercises multiple times. You're doing the same workouts multiple times. And the reason for this is, well, variety is really great for your brain. Our brains love variety because it means that we don't get bored. It does not do the same thing for your body. And I will use myself as an example. I've been doing the same exercises. Yeah, I added some variety here and there, but like mostly like 1 or 2 in a workout in 7 exercises that I normally do. Or I'll add in a variety of finisher. But it's been the similar movements of swing, press, clean, bicep curl, chest press, deadlift. Similar movement patterns, squat, similar movement patterns on repeat is how you're actually going to really improve your strength and really improve depth in your movement and your ability to work through heavier weights and progress moving forward. And so that's what we're going to be doing. So these last 3 weeks that you've had have been all different, and now we're going to start to bring them back in. So you're going to be able to experience similar workouts, but leveling things up. The first week was really nice when we did it together because I wanted to just see where you were at before I leveled you up. And so that week's going to be coming up this next week. And we're going to just bump the ante a little bit, make it a little bit more challenging, okay? I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend away with your girlfriends. And I will look forward to seeing you back here next week. Of course, if you have any questions or you need anything from me, you know where I'm at. And all my love to you, Ash. Talk to you soon, babe.